right, welcome to Planning Phase Syndicate. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We have a Nickel City Week 6 League matchup starting right here, right now. Tonight we have Mega Milk Union trying to take the lead in a 1-to-1 tournament versus Team Endgame. We have Net John or Crispy's dad, whichever floats your boat, versus Bedwards or Brendon with Team Endgame. We are going to have a classic Mega Milk versus Endgame matchup with Empire taking on the First Order. So we have Grandpa versus Son, I guess, which would probably make more sense if we had Crispy on, because then it would be even funnier. But unfortunately, we don't. But we do have Brendon representing Team Endgame with a First Order list that he's been running for quite a while now. He has, let's see here, Gideon Hask with Proud Tradition, Fanatical, Hondo, Agent Terex, Commander Malorus with Mag Pulse Warheads, Scorch with a shield upgrade, Quick Draw with the amazing amount of loadout Quick Draw gets, and Quick Draw will have Proud Tradition, Elusive, Pattern Analyzer, Special Forces Gunner, FCS, and a shield upgrade to allow for his ability to trigger, hopefully, one time longer. Rounding out the list is Captain Phasma with Proud Tradition, FCS, Pattern Analyzer, and Special Forces Gunner. On the other side of the table, we have Net John with Mega Milk Union running an Empire Rear Admiral Sloan list tonight. He has I'm just going to call him Rack. Rack with Ruthless, Admiral Sloan, Death Troopers, Agile Gunner, and Dauntless. Nash Windrider with the Hull upgrade. And then not one, not two, not three, but 4 Obsidian pilots. Thank God Jingoists are no longer 2 points. Tonight's scenario is going to be Assault at the Satellite Array. Both of the actual squads are probably pretty decent at this. I will say with the large base, it will give Mega Milk a little bit of an advantage over Team Endgame. They're just finishing setting up obstacles and objectives. And we will get down to the match. It looks like to begin with, we have John setting up all of his TIE fighters along with Nash on the left-hand side. I don't know if it's an advantage for Brendon, but Brendon will be able to fly around with being able to put most of his ships on the board minus Rack and kind of know exactly where John is setting up. John created himself a nice little space here on the right-hand side of this table. Yeah, it should be a very bloody fight, Crispy. That would be my guess. Very bloody fight. Yeah, so Rack, I think Rack has a little bit of an advantage if Rack can get in there and block up. You don't always want to take the stress focus because Death Troopers tell you, hey, people get to keep stress. Agile Gunner is going to allow for him to be able to rotate at the end phase. And Salome says, after a friendly ship at range 0 to 3 defends, if it is destroyed, the attacker gains 2 stress tokens. While a friendly ship at range 0 to 3 performs an attack against a ship, it gets to reroll. So it seems pretty good. My guess is we're going to see the TIE Fighters screen Rack. And I bet you what Brendon's going to do is take everybody over to that left-hand side and hope that we get a rack on the side so he could just take them off the board. At this rate, it looks like there will be an ability for each of them to collect a couple of objectives if they stay on their respective sides, which would not make very much sense, but could happen. So we do get to see a rack as kind of a, we're going to put them here and we're going to see, do you want to come get her? Or are you going to go ahead and flank? My guess is we will not see Brendon go all in on rack unless rack gets really aggressive and serves themselves up early. And I do think Brendon's kind of doing the same thing. We have the one TIE fighter here that is going to give them the advantage of being able to collect that first objective point and then churn away. Since nobody's carrying crates, Magpult is probably not as effective this game, but can be very effective in the long run. And of course, we'll see Quick Draw and Backdraft or Phasma stay pretty close together. Because if you shoot at Phasma, it triggers Quick Draw's second ability. If you shoot at Quick Draw, it gets a second shot. Yeah, we didn't even think about that as a goal. That's a good call. We could have used the Agent Tyranny, would be a fun one. That would essentially disable rack completely. That's a good call. As a call, where were you in the chat earlier? Should have told Brendon do that. All right, so it looks like what they're doing is going over their lists with each other. Yeah, you came home dead tired as a goal. I could see that, yeah. It is close to the end of the week, so being up at 4 a.m. seems insanely crazy to me, though. That is definitely not something I want to do. This weekend we have a tournament, and then one of the guys that goes with us, Sean, likes to get up early, I believe. So, luckily, I think I have my own room in the Airbnb. Not 100% sure, but I believe I do. At the same time, we also have a Team Endgame game going on the stream right now. On Greg's stream. Sabine Shadowcaster with the Ahsoka crew. I think that's pretty good. Personally. I think you get to... I think that the question is, do you want to live forever? Or do you want to be able to respawn and come back where you want? I think that's the bigger question. You can also run Dr. Aphra, but that might be kind of a slog. And if it is extended for Aces High, it might be more fun to run that other ship. I have not ran Sabine in forever, so I don't even know what Sabine does. I guess let's look up what Sabine does. Oop, looks like they've started, so I'll look it up in a minute. While you defend if the attacker is in your turret at 0 to 2, you may add an eyeball result. Okay, I would 100% run Ahsoka. That sounds like, or Sabine. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I think that's what I would do. Just run that and run the thing. Yep, I have Seventh Sister actually packed too with the shield upgrade and Lone Wolf, and I also have packed Dooku because Dooku's just base. So there's that. I apologize, Azagal. I don't know why it did that. I don't remember. I guess we're going to turn word protection off. I apologize. I didn't know that was even on. I wonder if Greg turned that on. I wonder if Greg turned that on our stream just to mess with us. It wasn't me. It wasn't me that turned it on. If it was done on accident. I did reset some of the commands, so I do wonder if that's why. But I don't know. It's either that or Greg, like I said, Greg was messing with me. So you go ahead and repeat it. I went ahead and turned off word protection, so it is no longer on there. So no shots. We do have those TIE fighters coming in pretty hard. I'm guessing we're going to see a churn in from those TIEs. That will be not advantageous too much for Malorus there. But we could see a coordinate from Gideon to give him an evade. And then he takes the target lock as well. 420 over here. I don't know. 4 a.m. seems pretty early for 420. I mean, I could see it, I guess. But it's a little early for me. Yeah, and I don't know how fast Brendon's going to go. I think you just bank here and try for that objective. Hide behind that cloud. If you do get if you can get it off, that mag spalt's off, you could go too forward and throw it onto Nash as well. If Rack turns in, I will be very surprised. And that does not seem like the best play, but we could see a churn in from Rack. And then going through those obstacles there. I don't know. To me, I think you do the one hard. No, you're probably going straight. That's probably what you're doing. You're probably going straight and you're going to use the obstacle for cover. So. All right. Everybody's setting their dials. This turn, we can score objective points. So I guarantee you, John will get one, no matter what. And I don't know if you could take Scorch and go pretty aggressive in there for a block. I just don't know if you want to sacrifice Scorch that early. But again, you can, with Gideon, you're able to just do, the forward, the banks, whatever. He's stressed, so probably the forward, and then pass off a, you're probably too far away from Malorus, actually, to be able to pass much off. But Malorus being able to take an evade and then their special action to not die, usually is pretty beneficial. It's sad that Nash doesn't have a little bit more loadout, because I think Nash can be very good, and I think people would take Nash more often if Nash had a little bit more loadout. The I2 hurts, but Nash's ability, even working on himself, like that's pretty good. I played when they first released Nash, I played Nash quite a bit, actually. All right. So we do get Nash going in. Just going to take a focus. We get each of the ties so far, probably following suit, keeping in line. setting up a little bit of a wall to say, hey, can we kill Malorus this turn? That's what we want to do, is kill Malorus. Well, let's see. So we only get a 3 forward with Scorch there. Must not be wanting to, just taking a focus, must not be wanting to deal with all of the... Ooh, we get a churn-in from Phasma. Opting to not go into Rack here. Yeah, we're going to get Gideon. We'll be able to palace it, calculate off, guessing to Scorch. Scorch going to need it. All right, getting the Hondo. Giving quick draw focus, that's interesting. And I'm going to jam Phasma. Now we're going to see how fast Rack just does a 1. And here's where, if you had done a 5 straight, I think with Scorch, you could have had him bump. Not that it matters, other than it stops the range 1 shot. Taking a white reinforce makes sense. And we do get Malorus going all in. Going to be too far away from the objective on the left. Malorus will take a target lock. Unfortunately, not being able to shoot first does not help. Don't know if I like that maneuver. A little confused. I think doing a 3 bank with quick draw and with backdraft, and then using backdraft to barrel roll would have been beneficial, but we will see. Gonna spend the Malorus charge. I do not know who gave the calculate to. Gave the calculate to Scorch. So we're gonna have quick draw. Probably no shots. It's pretty close. Should have done that 2 bank there. Would have had him. Now, if you're Rack, I think he's still going to Scorch, but like really, Rack could be shooting right into quick draw and starts to strip those shields. Might be beneficial. But a range 1 shot is pretty good. Well, not when you roll three eyeballs. And you reroll into a blink. Oh, man. That is sad. All right. You get 1 crit going into Scorch. And Scorch gets nothing. You gotta be kidding me. All right, Scorch. There you go. Hey, at least it was a fair trade at that point. Really bad dice versus really bad dice. So it doesn't feel so bad then. Guessing we're going to get a Magpulse Warhead shot from Malorus next. Yep. And all eyeballs means we get it to go through. Yep. So taking the jam will give Scorch quite a bit of leverage here. So there will at least be 2 shots of Brendon's going in to there. Oh, he took the shot not into Scorch, but into Malorus. Oh. All right, backdraft into Nash. 3 dice. And you can spend your focus. That is 3 hits. Let's see if we get Nash to spend his evade. Or his focus. Yeah, spending the focus. Only going to take 1. Definitely the right call there. Do not want Nash to start dying. So actually, I want to look at Malorus's card in a minute. We'll see if he takes the stress. If he take see, he's got that through breeze. He's not going to let you get rid of that stress next turn. I don't know. I guess it's good. Two hits. Rack down to 1 shield. Gideon with a shot back. Just 1. And Rack does take the other one. Rack's down to just 12 whole. Now we get to see all the TIE fighters shoot. All right, so Malorus's ability, if Malorus lives, is still active this next round coming up here. All right, Nash, 2 hits. Gets the reroll. Rolls into another hit. And Malorus, very lucky to be able to take all 3 evades there. All right, a range 2. So, first TIE fighter to shoot. Just 1 crit. Oh, gets the reroll. 2 crits going into Malorus. Got to see 2 paint here. And you gotta be kidding. 2 crits. First one is console fire and a loose stabilizer. Does not look good for Malorus here. All right. Shooting with the back one. Range 3. I'm going to guess unobstructed. For nothing. We get blue one going. It will be an obstructed range 2, it looks like. Two hits, doesn't even need a reroll. And we get 2 fades. All right. And I believe this is the last shot. A range 3 into Malorus. 1 hit, get a reroll. Spend your focus. You get 2. Got to get 2 paint here, Brendon, or she is dead. All right. So there'll be some early points there for Mega Milk. 3 points. So we will get the 1 objective here, 2 objectives to 1, I'm guessing. So we have an early lead, 5-1. Team Mega Milk up. Still not out of it yet, but yes, this is the power of the swarm. And I think John has all of them lined up to essentially block these high SFs coming through. The sad thing is what do you do with Gideon, right? You know, do you want to take Gideon and move Gideon away so Gideon gets no shots but gets a coordinate? I don't know. I think only a 3 bank fits right there. You could do a 2 bank if you move Phasma first. Good old Sloan. This is why Sloan is extended only. Scorch, unfortunately, will not be able to get rid of the stress. Unless, no, I don't think you can. So the best you can do is go for some sort of a block, which probably doesn't benefit you because Nash is just going to come in behind you, is my guess, and they're going to go after Gideon there. I will say a couple of those TIE fighters are a little bit out of the fight here. But I think if you're blue, you just bank to the right there. Go after that other objective. At this point, I don't think that 1 point is probably worth going away for. I really think it is. Because the probability that any Brendon's team gets over there is pretty slim at this point. And yeah, maybe you could even leave yellow behind. Yellow and blue get left behind. Run with Nash, green, and red. Yep, so we get the bank in. Just going to token up. I get Nash activating. Dash going in. 4th block. Gonna sit there. We get green. Going in for that center objective. Little surprised by the red move there. I'm not quite sold on that one. And we do get yellow going in as well. We are going to get a bump from Phasma. And I think unless you bank with Gideon to the right, you're going to bump your own ship here. And I think you don't get a choice. I guess it doesn't matter because you're going to pass off one of the hits. You probably don't take the stress here. I don't think I would take the stress here unless you know Gideon's going to bump and he can't coordinate. I still don't know if you do. I don't think Rack can get you off the board in one turn, but you never know. But you only got 2 dice, so... Brendon going over to making a hard decision, I think. Declining to take it. Guess we're getting a Gideon. Oh, we're getting a Gideon stop. I bet you we're going to get a Gideon focus here. We're not taking a focus? Oh, you have proud tradition. Oh, Gideon. Yep, Gideon or Rack just taking a reinforce. Oh, I can't believe you missed proud tradition, Brendon. All right, we get quick draw. And here is where I think if you're quick draw, I don't know, do you take the target lock? Nope, just taking a focus. All right. All right, so giving the calculate to Phasma, flipping it for next turn. All right, so we got range 1 going into Rack. Ugh. Oh, we already had a target lock. Oh, and spending it. All right, so that's hit, crit going in. And it's a direct hit. So we got 4 more hull off of Rack. Rack down to 8 health. Okay, Rack shooting. Rack's going to have either Gideon or Phasma. Let's see who he goes into. Going into Phasma. All right. And that's a pretty pissed off Rack. So hit and 2 crits. Could see 3 shields. Depends on what paint we get here. And we get 2 natty evades. And he gets to pass it off to quick draw. And that's going to trigger quick draw's shot. Oh, man. There you go. That's a little bit of a swing. Brendon, are you going to shoot back? I'm assuming we're going to get shot back. Yep, we popped the trigger. Another 4 dice. And we get hit, crit. So 1 hit, and we get another crit. What is the crit in the box? Council Fire. All right. So not the end of the world. Rack won't have to deal with that till next turn. So it looks like John did not know that interaction. Seems a little surprised by that. Now we're going to get a range 1 back at him from Phasma. I'm assuming we're going right into Rack. No reason not to. And you spend the calculate, Brendon. Spend the calculate. Spend it. Spend it. You don't care about... Just spend it. Spend it for the 4 hits. You got to get racked down. Spend the calculate. Do it. Do it. Spend the calculate. No! No! No, not spending it. All right. 3 more, which I do believe leaves 3 left. And we get nothing. So Gideon's going to take a strain. That's not going to be fun. Oh, for nothing. All right. Oh, I can't believe he didn't spend the calculate there. All right. So we are going to start into Scorch, range 3. So 2 dice. And we get hit crit right out of the box. And what paint do we get? We get 2 evades. Brendon is very lucky there. That is a lucky shot. We're going to now get a range 2. We'll get 2 hits. Or 2 evades. Do you have the focus? Yeah, you got a focus just to hit crit again. These ties are insanely consistent. Oof. And 2 shields down on Scorch. Excuse me. All right, you could take another range 2 into Scorch. I get, if it were me, that's probably what I would do at this point. You have the ability to possibly kill him. You could also go into quick draw there. Yeah, going into Scorch. 2 hits. Seems pretty good. Got to get 2 paint to live here. Or no, 2 paint not to... Okay, yes, right. You got 3 hull, so 2 paint means you do get to live. So now you got a choice with Nash. I'm assuming at this point, Nash, I would go into quick draw there. Because you're going to have 4 dice on 2. Could strip a couple more shields at least. Yeah, there you go. He is not stressed, though. And you spend the focus. And that'll be 3 hits going into quick draw. So a guaranteed 1 more shield off a quick draw. And you got elusive. All right, spend your calculate. Oh, you got to focus. You have a focus. What? What? How did you miss your focus? No. No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Uh, oh, man. All right, so Brendon will get 2. And there will be 3 for John. So that will put us 8-3. Well, that is definitely a good round, I believe, for John here. There's a good chance Quick Draw can get off the board next round, and that will net him 6 points. You will see Phasma, I'm assuming, even if, no matter what happens, Phasma is probably going to try to either go 4 or 5 forward, or we'll see like a 2 or 3 hard turn to try to avoid being shot. I don't think those TIE fighters can get a block on him, but you will be able to start getting shots into Phasma. All right. Admiral Sheru is on 2 health. The bigger question is going to be is Sheru has to bump his own team. So we're going to have to see Nash do some sort of a turnaround maneuver here. And I think the key is getting rid of Rack before you get rid of, or before Rack can let those TIE fighters shoot. I think that's what you have to do. So we're going to see a 1 hard, I guarantee, from Blue. Going to keep that objective. And again, I still think, if I'm John, I still think a 1 hard barrel roll to the right with yellow to take that other objective and then take Blue's place. Now that 1 hard might put you on the gas cloud. It's close. I will say the ties are in a very precarious point. Am I saying it differently every time? Probably. I'm not intentionally doing anything, Sherman. I'm just commentating on the game. Ugh. That misfocus there, though, for I say Council Fire because I think it's hilarious. I think that one I do slightly on purpose. I've trained myself now, I think, to say that. I like how all of my mispronounced language bothers people. That's the best part about this whole thing. All right, so we get a calculate with Terex. Well, let's see. See that one? Oh, he went through the... Oh, wow. I am very surprised by that. I would not have thought that. All right, it probably is not the end of the world. That's not the end of the world. All right, so now we got red. Red is doing a 3 forward. Yeah, just gonna Just going to figure out a way to go into Scorch here. Same with yellow. Now, I will say if Scorch goes fast enough, Scorch can get rid of his... Ooh. All right, so we do get a self-bump. Again, not the end of the world. These are full health TIE fighters. We do take 1 damage, though. On green. No action. Doesn't really need one as long as Surisu, or Surisu, as long as Chernu's alive. Oh, and we get Nash trying to sloop, and Nash bumps. Oh, does Death Troopers... Is Death Troopers only enemy? Yep. That is so dirty. So dirty, Death Troopers. So we do get Scorch. We'll be able to get rid of his stress this time. If I'm Scorch, I barrel roll. Nope, you just token up. Yeah, yeah, I think he just got a token up here. Yeah. Yeah, the other ties don't have as much. All right, so we do get Brendon does clear. I hope Gideon clears. Focus rotate is really what Phasma's going to do. Oof, only the 1 bank. The other game is turning around. Azagal, I don't know if I want to know because it's freaking JJ. That's all I'm going to say. I told JJ this morning he better win his game. Brendon has a genuinely hard matchup. All right, so we do get the bump. Does he... Who does it bump? I'm guessing Quick Draw. Hey, guys. Did it say you bumped both of them or only Quick Draw? Like, did you overlap your ship too? Okay. Okay, good. Awesome. I like that they changed that. Just want to make sure. I didn't know they changed that in TTS. You can dauntless off a friendly bump? I did not know that you could dauntless off a friendly bump. I did not know that. That seems weird to me that you have the ability to do that. All right, so he's going to fix console fire. That's definitely the right move there. You want me to read it for you? All right. We get a 1 bank out of Quick Draw. Still bumping. That's probably actually good for Quick Draw because it's our only range deal shot. It says, after you partially execute a maneuver, you may perform 1 white action treating it as red. So if you're Quick Draw here, you got to take that focus. Like, I think you really need that focus. Even if you're not going to shoot into... You're getting at least 1 shot from a TIE fighter. And if Rack does not leave the board, I think you take the stress focus. Just take it. Take the stress focus. All right, taking the red focus. I gotta make sure I'm on mute. That would have been awful if I would have been yelling into the thing. All right. So if you're quick draw, you're gonna shoot a range 0 into don't. It's you got to get rack off the board. A range 0 is your best bet. You don't want to lose Gideon here. I mean, I don't think you kill a TIE fighter, so I think you shoot in the rack, and it doesn't allow you to. You're getting damage through as long as you roll some damage. So, don't go into. He's gonna go in the green. All right. I think that's the wrong maneuver, but 2 hits. Watch him blink out, and then I'd be wrong. And it is a dead green, so I will eat crow. I think that was a lucky thing. Now you're going to get stressed. I don't know if it matters or not. Nash is going to shoot. All right, gets the reroll, and very unlucky roll there for John. The Nash trigger does not work with him. I still really like Nash, though. It's just one of my favorite ships. So that'll be 2 points for Brendon. I'm going to get rack, probably to Gideon. I assume to Gideon. I mean, I guess you could go into quick draw range 0. That's probably a smart maneuver too. You can take the shot at backdraft at the range 1, and backdraft can't hand off that. I'm pretty sure backdraft can't hand it off. Yeah, it's at 0 to 1. So it could be, you could get 4 dice in. You could get 4 dice in there, or you could just take the range 0 shot into quick draw. I don't know which is the better call, personally. It's probably backdraft, but it really backdraft the trap. So you could. I almost think going into Gideon is kind of the nope. Going into quick draw range 0. All right. I mean, if you get lucky and you get some really good dice, then you will. I mean, that is pretty good to get dice. It's Phasma. You're right. It's Phasma. Yep. Sorry. I keep thinking backdraft. You know, it's not backdraft. Good thing I don't have to stream for the event on Saturday, huh? I don't know. Oh, they're claiming it is not a May. All right. So 1 into quick draw so far. And quick draw doesn't get anything. Quick draw, spend your focus. Don't take any damage. All right. No damage in a quick draw. Now we're going to get Brendon's force shooting first. I would trigger Scorch first, see if you got anything. All right, we do get a range 1. Cherry now. Cherry now? Yeah, I like that. Yep. Spend the calculate for Hit crit. Disabled power regulator. Not a dead yet. Now you got to go. Scorch, do you have a shot? I don't think you do, but you should check. All right. Scorch getting 2. I'm guessing going into Nash. Nash gets 2. No problem. We get a Phasma range 1. And he didn't see if he had the other one. And we get hit crit. You don't need to spend your focus. It's an automatically dead. Rack, don't spend it. And a hull breach is the last one. That officially is a dead rack. That will put Brendon up 13 to 8 points. John is still going to do very well in objectives this round, so. Yeah, I thought he had both, but he only had 10 cards out there, so. All right. We are going to get a shot into Gideon. No more rack active at this point. And nothing from blue. It's in the backdraft. So we get a range 2. It is unobstructed. Can that John get Scorch off the board? One hit. One hit seems pretty good. And he does take it. Scorch takes one more. Not dead yet, but does take one more. And only has, looks like, another range 2. Is that obstructed? No, it's range 3. It is obstructed. Got to focus. Might as well take it. He rolled blanks last time. Oh my gosh! It takes one more. Oh, Scorch, you are so lucky there, buddy. You are so lucky there. Oh, I can't believe that. All right. Now we got Nash with the range 0 into Gideon. All right. And one hit. And Gideon, I don't think Gideon has a focus. So Gideon will take 1. All right. Now we got pace of play coming into effect here. So we're going to test the waters. I'm guessing that's a contested point. I'm guessing that's contested. Yep, he'll get the center one. That's an easy 1 point. 2 points. And he gets 1. He must have had it contested. Into the center there. That's a little. I did not think that was going to be contested. I thought maybe yellow would be close enough, but no. I guess now that you look at it, if he's that close to the other one, he's obviously at a range 1. All right, so we have a 10-14 game. Still a very close game here. We got some TIE fighters that are on full health, ready on full tilt. We also have a Nash Rin Rider who will not be able to do a turnaround maneuver this round, but still should be able to get some sort out of here. I think you have to go to the right with Nash and go after Phasma. That would be my guess. I don't know if you're blue here. The problem is if you're blue here and you don't clear your stress, you're not going to have a mod, and Phasma is coming in close. At this point, he wants to keep Phasma and Quick Draw apart. Like, you almost have to keep them apart. At this point, Quick Draw's getting no actions. So, Quick Draw might as well just go for objectives. Can't even get coordinated from Gideon anymore. Yeah, but you do still have, but it's true, you do still absolutely have your ability to take that focus because of Proud Tradition. So I guess that's true. You still get Proud Tradition. That's still not bad. I think the yellow tie churns in here, and the red one banks towards Scorch, hoping to still get a shot on Scorch. Scorch is on 1 health, and that is 3 more points for John. So taking Scorch off the board would be very imperative, I think. But if you're Scorch, I think you either just do a turnaround maneuver, or you're just doing some sort of like a 4 straight or something, like 4 or 5 straight. All right, down to 20 minutes. We'll at least get 2 more rounds in at this rate. Maybe 3. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a 3rd round in. We do have to, how about this? If they don't hit 21 points, we do at minimum have to get 6 rounds in per Greg and his authority. We're going to check in on the JJ and Hickman game. Looks like JJ is currently up 12-6 over Hickman with 1 ship on 2 hull and both of his SOC arcs with no shields. So that is the update for the other team in-game game that is playing at the same time. Again, I apologize to Greg. I did not want to stream over him, but given that this game is part of a very important matchup for Mega Milk and in-game, I felt necessary to do. We get Terex with a calculate going on Gideon there. Gotta love me some Terex. Some of me wonders if he almost wanted to have a jam token there, but all right. So we are gonna get a 2 bank for that TIE fighter there. Going in, hoping to be able to get a shot into either quick draw or whatever. Let's see if we get the focus. Yet we're gonna get a focus. Still wants to live. Really, Backdraft just needs to get into that into that space to contest that objective. And we get a 3 bank. All right, so we get a 3 bank in. I'm assuming we just take a focus because this is a TIE fighter, right? Just take a focus. Probably we'll still have Scorch, depending on what Scorch does. All right, so we have a yellow TIE fighter going for objectives now. So now the clock is going to somewhat be on to be able to keep these objectives as much as they can. And we do get everybody going all in on Scorch here. We get the clear with Nash. Let's see if we get... Nash doesn't have sensitive controls, so Nash could take a focus boost. Yep. Which makes sense, depending on which way you think Scorch is going. But getting a bump on Scorch does allow that red TIE fighter to get that shot, though. And with 1 health, that's all you get. All right. Let's see who he activates first. All right. So better take that focus, that stress focus there. All right. Phasma's going to too hard. I'm guessing it's a target lock rotate. That would be my assumption. Nope. Focus rotate. All right. Ooh, spicy. Look at that. Now, oh, you can't barrel roll. Quick draw because quick draws. That's stressed. Oh. And he's going to jam him? Wow. All right. All right. I like it. I like it. That's definitely aggressive on Brendon's behalf there. Jamming off the focus token for the red TIE fighter. Yep, quick draw, just get a 2 bank and get rid of one of the 3 stress. I love it. Love it. There you go. Rack in all her might. I guess let's get Rack off the main screen. You don't have to. All right. Phasma. I think I would have taken that target lock, though. If that do you have a target lock or rotate? Just a hit crit. Probably not the death of blue. And 2 natty evades for blue. There you go. Not the death. It does look like that blue TIE fighter is outside of range of that objective. Get a Scorch range 0 into Nash. And nothing. And you don't want to spend it anyway, even if you could. And then we'll get a Gideon shot. Gideon range 1 into red. So it'll be a 3v3. He does have a calculate token here. And doesn't need it. Oh my gosh. You got to be kidding me. All right. Just 1 crit into red. That would just be crazy if he had rolled blanks. And he gets a weapons failure. That actually is pretty crucial. Only being able to roll 1 dice is pretty good. All right. Blue getting a shot downtown. Into Scorch. Can Scorch live? We'll see if Brendon remembers the focus token this time. Bet he won't forget. Okay, spend your focus. 2 hits. Seems pretty good. Scorch needs 2 paint to live. And does. Gets the 2 paint and lives. And actually, I don't know if red even has him in shot. If he does, it's just the edge. And he doesn't. Oh, no. So just going to go into Gideon. 3 on 2. Oh, weapons failure. Yeah, 2 on 2. Just for one. And blank out. There you go. At least another damage going into Gideon here. Is that a range 2 shot? It must be. Man, just barely a range 2. So sad for Nash. So 3 dice. And spend your focus. Get the 2. If Gideon's not careful here, Gideon will be another free points. We'll take 1. Gideon down to 4. This definitely is not over yet. If he loses Gideon and Scorch here, it could be big. All right, so we get 1 point for Brendon. Get 2 points for Brendon. Guaranteed here. And this one, let's see how many. I'm guessing it's Brendon's again. I don't know, though. That should be 1 more point for Brendon. So we have a 17-11 game. John needs to get Gideon or Scorch off the board, preferably both. So we're going to see a 1 bank from Quick Draw and a focus. Oh, can't take a focus. Yes, you can. Can you still take a focus? Yes, you can take a focus. Why are you not taking focuses? Oh my gosh. So you need a 1 bank and focus here. And then you're going to 1 hard, I think, with Phasma. And that should still keep you in range of that objective. No, I think this one did not, but this one down here he did. Yes, red was out of range of that one. So he ended up with 3 objectives there. That Gideon going in there saved that objective, I think. So if you're Gideon here, do you just stop? I think you just stop. You're red, you're going to go around Gideon. You got to get Scorch off the board. Scorch is worth 3 points. Gideon's worth 4. That's 7 points. That could swing the game right there. Ugh, and red having the weapons failure. Red's got to fix the weapons failure, but I think you go for objectives there. Maybe you don't stop with Gideon. Maybe, yeah, no, I think you do stop with Gideon. Because Nash is going to do either a 2 bank or a 2 hard. And if it's a 2 hard and it bumps, then your Gideon is probably somewhat safe. I don't know. That's all really hard because John's got his TIE fighters right in the same area that he's got Nash. That's a tough one. And with Nash taking that stress from the boost. All right, going on to the next round. Getting a jam token. Icicle, stop telling me. I don't want to know if he loses. I'm just gonna be pissed. Just don't tell me. All right, I assume we do the focus barrel roll. No, okay. Yeah, we're gonna get blue going in, taking a focus. Icicle, stop. Stop telling me, Azaghal. I don't want to know. I cannot. Oh! Okay, bumped in the Scorch there. Okay. Well, you can't fix your weapons failure, but you do take the focus. You might as well take the focus stress anyway. Especially depending on what he does with Scorch. I'm guessing Scorch is doing it too hard. So Gideon is going to stop to at least contest that objective there. And yep, Scorch gets. You might as well just take the stress focus. Just take it. Take a target lock. And then take your focus. Because you're dirty. You're dirty. I hate Proud Tradition. Nobody remembers it. All right, so quick draw safe. And going to collect that objective there. All right, so Brendon won. So Brendon's fours will go first. I think you go into Nash. Do you have Nash? I think you go into Nash. I don't know if I think you go into Nash. You're unmodded no matter who you go into. I guess you could go into the yellow and try to strip the focus token. But really, if you're yellow, you're probably not going to spend it unless he gets 3 hits and you get nothing. All right, so we get hit crit. 2 evades, didn't matter. Phasma going to go into blue. Spend the target lock or use your FCS for 3 hits. Just spend your focus. Don't take any damage. No reason. And Scorch will do the range 0 into blue for a whopping 1. Blue, you just take it. No, blue gets an evade. No problem. All right, everybody goes into Scorch. I think you shoot with blue first, because I don't think blue has a shot on anyone else. It's an evade. Lucky Scorch there. Got trail mix. It is a range 2. Got the weapons failure. All right, so he remembered. I'm very unfortunate. For nothing. I think you shoot Nash next, yeah. Nash has nothing. Yell's going into Gideon. Oh, all right. It is an unmodded Gideon. A hit crit could take him off the board. You get 2 hits. That's pretty good. Oh, I got 2 evades. All right. There's 2 points for Brendon for sure. And I think they got a trigger to see who. So that one still catches Scorch. So he's still gonna get it. Is he gonna get that one? Nope. I think it hits Nash too. So you got 1, 2, and you got 2, 3, and I think that's the game-winning point right there. Hold on, I gotta ask him. Did you not get that bottom right one? Yeah. Does it hit blue? It should say in the chat. Okay, then you get that point. He gets. Yep. So that's 3 to 2. So Brendon, you would get that third point. Yep. All right, so he did get it. Good game. Good game. Very close down to the end there. That last objective, not Scorched, not dying, really made a big difference there. With Scorched not able to die, it kind of makes it very hard. He would have tied on that objective and they would have gone to another round. And that would have been a little bit more adventurous, I think, for Net John there. With that being said, thank you all for joining us. We are going to try and raid a stream, maybe. Do we want to raid a stream? We're going to try and raid a stream. Why don't we see if Greg still... Looks like Greg is still going. We're going to start our raid on Greg. Thank you all so much again. Okay, we're not able to raid Greg. Why can't I raid Greg? I can't raid Greg. Damn it. All right, I'm going to refresh my screen. I'm trying to raid Greg. Good game. I cannot believe that game went down to the wire like that. Again, the score doesn't show it, but that was definitely a very close game. So... Either which way, we will have no more stream games as I am off for the next 3 days until Sunday. We will be back Sunday night as long as I get in office sometime. If not, we'll be streaming Monday night, our normal podcast. Otherwise, we will be streaming our podcast on Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Again, just depending on when I get back. I don't know if What's-His-Face is watching. Maybe Corey can tell me if we'll be back in time. I'm assuming we'll be back early enough. But if not, we will be moving our podcast to Monday night. Either which way, thank you all for joining us. Have a good night, and hopefully we'll get to raid somebody soon. I guess I should have loaded that stream ahead of time. Raid. Raid. Corey says he will be back in time. There you go. I have no idea what the raid... I hate that you type it right. We are going to raid. There we go. Everybody join us. Go raid and see if JJ can lose the game for us or not. Let's see, can JJ lose the game for us? All right. Thank you all. We're going to raid now. Have a good night.